Radhe Radhe. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the equality etiquette problem which occurred in today's CODECHEF challenge. So if you have any doubt regarding this, you can ping me up on Instagram. Even you can join my Discord server. I'll provide both the links in the comment section. I'll pin them. So the problem statement is very simple. You're given two numbers A and B. Okay, and you can, like, for every numbers from 1 to n. Okay, now n is irrespective, so we have to find the value of n actually. Like, I'll explain it later. So from 1 to n, if it is an odd number, you can add it, and if it's a even number, you can subtract it, and it doesn't matter from which number you're subtracting or adding it. You can add or subtract from either of the numbers, but remember one thing: you can't add and subtract from both the numbers at the same time. So, like, that is like normal thing that is described in the question. So you have to find the minimum value of n possible. Okay, so the problem statement, like, if you go on a greedy approach, that is the basic approach of this problem, that is, you have to find the difference between the elements, okay, A and B. So for this it is 0, for this it is 1, for this it is 7, and for this it is 8, right? And for 0 it is 0, for 1 it is 1, for 7 it is 5, for 8 it is 4. Now what is 4, what is 5, I'll explain it. So what is basically over here, so when you're writing 0, it means, like, over here you need no steps, right? Because it is already equal, so it is 0. And for this 5 and 4, so when you get 1, you have to add 1. Okay, so we can add 1 to this and you get it, right? So for 1 it is 1, and for 0 it is 0. That is the two base cases. Okay, now the thing is, what about 7 and 8? So 7, so you have to, like, write 1 2 3 4 5 for this case. Okay, now in between you can give plus or minus sign and make it 7. So how you're going to do it? It is basically 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 minus 5. That is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm really sorry, like, it will be minus 4 plus 5 actually, sorry. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 minus 4, that is 7, right? So it is 7. So for this 1 2 3 4, okay, what you can do is make 1 plus 2 and make this minus. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minus 1, that is 8, right? And it is possible, if you, like, go into the details, you can't form 7 with 4 numbers. Okay, it is impossible. It is impossible to form. Now the question is that whether you're going to check that for every element you're going to make plus minus plus minus. No, that is going to give you a TLE, right? You can't do that. So what we're going to do first is, we have to first make the plus operations. Okay, we have to first make the plus operations. That is, if you, like, use, so the formula is n into n plus 1 by 2 is equal to s, right? Sum of first n natural numbers. So if you use Sridhara Acharya's formula, you can make that n is equal to minus 1 plus square root of 1 plus 8 into sum by 2. Okay, so this is what we can make from Sridhara Acharya's formula. Okay, so let me rewrite it. So what is S? S is nothing but basically the difference, this thing, this thing, this thing, okay, this thing. So this is basically S. So once we have found the value of n, that is this value 1 to n, now remember one thing, this is not the final n. Okay, so still you're left with some numbers which you have to add or subtract. Okay, so, like, for this case, if we go for 7, so basically 1 plus 2, so, like, over here we are writing the cumulative. Okay, so initially it is 1 and 1, and then when it becomes 2, it becomes 2 plus 1, that is 3, and it becomes 3, it becomes 3 plus 3, that is 6, and it becomes 4, and it becomes 6 plus 4, that is 10. But 10 we can't have because 10 is greater than 7, right? So you have to pause at 3, right? Now let's check it with the Sridhara Acharya's formula, that is 7, it is minus 1 plus root over 1 plus 8 into 7 by 2. So 8 into 7 is 56. 56 plus 1 is 57, right? So minus 1 plus root over 57 by 2. Now we know that 64 is like square root of 8 and 7 sevens are 49, so it is almost 7. So minus 1 plus 7 by 2, that is 6 by 2, that is 3, right? So you get this number. So I hope this is clear, like how this formula works. Like if you know the basic mathematics, you can use, like, you know, the Sridhara Acharya's formula is this one, okay, like b square minus 4ac by 2a, this thing, okay. So same thing, man, same thing. So basically, once we are done with this, so we know that we have traversed to some numbers, and what is the mode difference that is left. Okay, so 1 2 3, right? For this 7 you got till 3, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6, and we are remaining with one more number, right? One more number. Now how we are going to adjust that one more number? We can, like, for the 4 and 5, the difference between them is 1, right? So if we subtract 4 and add 5, so it becomes 1, right? So it neutralizes this thing. Okay, very much clear. So now the thing is, you can neutralize this. Obviously, how you can neutralize this? So let's say you have a difference of 6, okay, and you were like stuck at this position, so you can do minus 4 plus 5, so you get 1. Then make minus 6 plus 7, you get 1, and do it till 6 times. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 times. So this is one approach, you can do it. But remember one thing, there is also a better approach. Okay, the better approach is, what if I add one more number and check? Okay, like for this example, so I'm going to do that. This is 198. So it is basically 8, and the same thing will happen. I think at 3 you will stop, because if you use the Sridhara Acharya's formula over here, so it is going to be same thing, right? That is minus 1 plus root over 1 plus 8 into 8 by 2, that is minus 1 plus 8 by 2, that is 7 by 2, which is actually 3. Okay, so once you're coming with 3, so you know 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. Okay, now what we're going to do is, we can, like, there are 2 elements left, right? So what we can do is 1 plus 2 plus 3, similarly minus 4 plus 5 minus 6 plus 7, because there are like 2 numbers. So that is 6 to 8, right? You have to go from 6 to 8, so there are 2 numbers. So this will counter for 1 and this will counter for the next, right? So this is equal to 8. Okay, this is equal to 8, so you can go with this. So for this you need the first 7 numbers, right? But the answer is 4 over here, because 7 is a good approach, but there is a better approach. Okay, what is the better approach? So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Okay, so what is it? It is basically nothing but 10. Now what is remaining? So it is 8 and we need, there is 10, right? So 8 and 10, what is the difference? It is 2, right? So what we can do is, in spite of adding 1, if we subtract 1, so both of them is not going to neutralize. Okay, it is not going to neutralize, it is going to have a different effect. That is, whatever is coming as this result, check if it is even or not. Okay, if it is even, divide that number by 2 and subtract that number, that is minus 1. Now see, 4 plus 3 plus 2 minus 1, that is 4 5 7 8 9 minus 1, that is 8, right? We get it. Now the thing is it like true that you can, like, this, what if this thing is not divisible by 2? Okay, so if it is not divisible by 2, add one more number and check if it is divisible by 2 or not. If it is still not divisible by 2, add one more number and check if it is divisible by 2 or not. Okay, now you have to add the numbers till 3 times. Like, I'll explain you logically why is it so. So it will be better if I give you the code. Okay, the code is, let's say the difference is, so this is very important part. The code difference is absolute value of a minus b. So let's not write difference, let's say s. Okay, since we are using s in this formula. Now let's say k. Okay, let's not do k, let's say n. So n is basically this thing, minus 1 plus square root of 1 plus 8 into s by 2. Okay, you get n. Now once you have got n, you have to find the difference of this thing. Where did I go? Like I was explaining the 10 minus 8 thing, right? Yeah, this difference thing. Okay, so that is difference is equal to whatever s is and then n, right? S minus first n terms, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, you get the difference. Now very simple, if difference is equal to 0, there is nothing, you can just like write there are n terms possible, right? But over here we are not interested in this thing. Okay, we are not interested in this thing. So basically, let's say the result is equal to, let's initialize with 0, and as I have mentioned over here, that is whatever is the difference, you can add, for every one you can add 2, that is basically 2 into that, right? So result is equal to whatever is the value of n plus 2 into difference. Okay, this is the good approach, not the best approach. Okay, this is a good approach. So we have gone with this. Now you have to do this like over here. Let me write it. If difference is greater than 0, okay, if difference is greater than 0, let's do one thing, make n plus plus, and from this let me subtract the difference. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. Let's not write it as, okay. Now what is the new difference? So the new difference is going to be n minus difference. Okay, like why is it so? Like I'm explaining it. So let's say when it was 8, so 10 minus 8, right? We got 2. But if we make 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is 2. Okay. So how we are going to make the difference from initially? Okay, so like let me rewrite it. So initially, so we needed 8, and 1 plus 2 plus 3 was 6, right? 6. So what is the difference? It is 2. Now if we add plus 4 to it, so it becomes 6 plus 4, that is 10. Now what is the new difference? It is also 2, but it is like not repeated. Okay, before it was 8 minus 6, now it is 10 minus 8, right? That is whatever is the new value of n, you are going to subtract it from the difference. Okay, you get it? So difference, new difference is this. Now again we have to check if, okay, first of all, as I mentioned, that you have to check if difference mod 2 is equal to 0, because if it is an even number, since like I told you that if we make it minus 1, so it is basically minus 1 is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, and minus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, the difference of them is going to be 2, right? So whatever the number is into 2. Okay, so since it is into 2, so it has to be divisible by 2. So if the difference is divisible by 2, make the answer as minimum of answer, comma, n plus 1, because we just used one more term, right? N plus 1. But is it n plus 1? Because we have already made it n plus plus, right? So it is going to be n. else do the same thing. If difference is greater than, so that is else if difference is greater than 0, n plus plus difference is equal to n minus difference. If difference mod 2 is equal to 0, answer is equal to that. If it is, then if difference mod 2 is equal to 0, answer is equal to this. Else again the same thing, if difference greater than this. Now you have to do it in 3. That is, there is going to be like a 1 if difference greater than 0, okay, inside which you're going to have if difference mod 2, okay, and else inside which you're going to have if difference mod 2, and else, and inside this else you're going to have if difference mod 2. Why is it so? Let me explain you. So that is 1 plus 2. Okay, so let's make this chart. So n and sum of first n numbers. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5. So you'll see a pattern. So it is 1, it is 3, it is 6, 10, 15, 21, 28, 36. So see, the first two are odd, the next two are even, the next two are odd, the next two are even, and it goes like this. So it is assured that if the first two, after adding the first two numbers, it is an odd number, the next one is going to be even. Okay, if it, like, what we are going to check, we are checking that if it is odd or not, right? If it is even or odd. So if this condition doesn't satisfy for the first time, it is okay. It may not satisfy for the next time also. Sorry, if it is not satisfying for the first time, so let's say it is 15, so it is not mod 2 is not equal to like 0. So we are going to go for the next one. It is not again satisfying, then in the next one it has to satisfy. Okay, so for any consecutive 3 elements it has to be even. Okay, so I think for now you can focus more on the pseudocode portion and then get the logic. And if you have, like, you will have doubt regarding this problem because this was like a nice one. So you can do one thing, you can like ping me up on Instagram or like the Discord server, both are there. So that's it from my side. Thank you.